Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle sports and gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Hey kids, who's in the mood for some final justice?
Somebody had to die.
And it was Superman. That's right, kids. Welcome back to our big 50th episode finale, The Death of Superman. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is Lilith
Look,
Hellfire.
Doomsday Hellfire! Woo!
Although in her case, she's looking for the bony protrusions. Hey-oh.
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh. All right, so yes, I guess so weird to celebrate a killing story, but yes, the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman for the 50th.
And that's why we're getting Dark Crisis, so I'm definitely going to be roasting the hell out of this story.
Exactly. All right, so yes, kids, this was the original cash, the OG cash grab.
The one that started it all, yeah. And almost killed comics in the process, too. So.
Exactly. All right. And again, if you look at any official lists or you look in trades or anything, you're going to see part 1 is Superman Man of Steel number 18, which Lilith and I have decided not to start there because, yeah, not a lot
Literally,
of Doomsday.
all you need to know is Doomsday escape from the mountain in that one. And the story really starts off in Justice League of America 69. Hail. Perfect. What a way to go out. Starting with 69.
Hail.
You're welcome.
Remember, kids, always start with 69. Don't finish that way. Hail. All right. So, so we're going to start with Justice League of America number 69. Down for the count.
We have Jerry Ordway to blame for this too. He's the one suggested just kill Superman. It was him.
Oh, really?
More blood on his hands. I mean, it's 4 books. They're having that big conference. They can't, get Lois and Clark married because they got to wait for this TV show. So literally, they want to do it next season, so let's just do a whole event for the year until they get married.
It wasn't even the next year because it's Lois and Clark hadn't even started yet, right? Because I believe it started around the time he came back. He was fully back. So
yeah,
they had to wait a couple seasons. All right, so yes.
That show had its own issue of why they couldn't really line it up the way they wanted to. So
okay.
ABC was being a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah,
as usual.
All right, so Justice League of America number 69, down for the count, December 1992. Writer and penciler Dan Jurgens.
Yep, it's going to be one of those issues.
Give me my shekel. All right, inker Rick Burchett, colorist Gene D'Angelo, letterer Willie Schubert, and editors Brian Augustin and Ruben Diaz. The Justice League.
Good old executive editor, Dick Giordano.
What you got for old Dick?
I need that as a drop, please.
How dare you? The Justice League International responds to a call from a smashed big rig outside of Bicris, Ohio.
It's always Ohio.
Oh, burn.
Sorry, Kristen. Sorry, Tyler.
Sorry, Charles Skaggs.
Well, but no, when you think about it, it's probably a nod to Metropolis being originally set, Superman being originally set in Cleveland. So.
Oh, yeah, of course. And again, we wanted to start... Is Ohio the Midwest? Charlie Esser thinks so, but...
No, he thinks Pennsylvania's the Midwest. Ohio is definitely the Midwest.
And because this story sets Metropolis on the East Coast.
Yes, exactly.
and follows the trail of senseless destruction left by the beast responsible. Once the mysterious creature sights Blue Beetle's bug hail, it throws a tree trunk
Dan
through it.
Jargon's Blue Beetle.
Exactly. It throws a tree trunk through it, forcing the JLI to land and engage the beast in battle. It systemically takes the team apart, finishing by punching Booster Gold into the stratosphere.
As you should, to be honest.
Oh, man. In the meantime, Superman is interviewed on television by Cat Grant, cutting it short as he learns the...
Yay!
What, Cat Grant?
I love Cat Grant.
I know. Who doesn't? Cutting it short as he learns the network is broadcasting an emergency report on the Ohio battle. Booster Gold is caught in midair by Superman and declares, "It's like Doomsday is here," thus providing monster with... Get it? It's like, in issue 1 when some random soldier goes, "We gotta find that Hulk."
Burn. DC has always been chasing their Hulk, and they really did try to make Doomsday a thing in New 52.
Oh, yeah.
So glad that never caught on. So glad.
Seriously,
because y'all know what it is.
Well, he can't be the Hulk because Hulk can't beat Superman. We all know that.
Exactly. This guy gets it.
And of course, yes, this thing's been reprinted all over the place.
I mean, literally every 3 to 4 business days, I feel like it's getting reprinted. Oddly enough, not this year. Oddly enough. We got one special 30th anniversary hardcover or something, and that's it. They're not really running wild with it. No variant covers.
Yeah.
Dark Crisis, I guess. Yeah.
Well, they want people to buy the new, whatever, the 30th anniversary special. Yes, kids, I got that. But yeah, and I'm pretty sure I believe it's also on the app, but I didn't want to jump back and forth every 2 seconds. So
yeah.
All right, so thoughts on this, Lilith, and the mouthy teenager?
I kind of love it. It's a great opening to the story. I think it sets up some tension and stuff. And of course, anytime anybody gets punched into space, it's just chef's kiss. I love that. I don't know. It's hilarious. Would I prefer for it to be a Green Lantern? Of course. But you know what? He was the next best thing.
So you enjoyed the Justice League getting hit in the face with it in issue 69?
Yes. They understood the assignment from the title to the action that's going on in the book. They understood.
Not in the face.
I mean, there's plenty going on here, mouthy teenagers and... Yes, kids, and when we say JLI, we mean, yes, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Guy Gardner.
Your mom's Justice League.
Maxima, Fire,
Unless
Ice.
Your mom's me.
Hey,
the Justice League I grew up with.
So this is for a couple dogs? Okay.
Exactly.
And who is the mysterious Bloodwind?
No one cares. Literally no one cares.
I believe, spoilers because we're not going to get to this story, but I believe through some kind of mystical mumbo jumbo, I believe it's Martian Manhunter.
Of course it is.
Get it? Because Blue Beetle figured out who he was when he got trapped in the fire.
Exactly. That's a dead giveaway.
Yep. And yes, kids, this is Guy Gardner, Yellow Ring.
Yeah. Enough said about that.
Wearing them cowboy boots. Yes.
You never see anybody do a cosplay of this, and it's for good reason.
Yeah, always on Sector 2814, you knew when we were getting the Guy Gardner issues because me and Will would the conversation would just be go other places and be like, oh, I guess we got to do this Guy Gardner someday. Okay.
Someday, but not today.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's Guy Gardner fans out there. I just haven't found any.
I mean, I don't know, like Will says, they kind of toned him down like after Rebirth and stuff, and
Yeah.
he gets but 90s,
Like I said, I like Kyle over him, and y'all know how I feel about Kyle. No
there
offense, Phil. Because you, of
90s.
course,
I
don't.
mean, but yeah, 90s Guy Gardner. I mean, you got to go pretty low to get a character worse than him. Oh my god. No, I'm just looking at the notes here where it lists the issues for the death, funeral for a friend, and then reign of the Superman.
Oh god, it's oh god, yeah. I'm so glad we don't have to cover that.
Just a giant list. Aw. No Salty and Petty. Or on Patreon. Aw.
Oh well, you know what though? No. I like Funeral for a Friend. I think that's one of the most touching, excellent.
Oh, yeah.
It's right up there for me with for the man who has everything. It's one of those stories. It's just right up there.
No. Yeah, we should
hit
do
you
that.
right in the gut every time.
And it's not as long either.
Exactly.
Might be like 8, 9 parts. It's not like Reign of the Supermen where it's a whole year.
Well, this one basically took a whole year too, from December 92 to October 93. So across 4 books, no less, and some extra additional books as well. So that's kind of crazy to me.
Death? What, Death and Funeral? Or Funeral for a Friend?
No. Just Death of Superman. That's how long it took.
Well, are they counting too? Again, or before this, we were just getting the last page of Doomsday smacking a wall.
That's true.
Pulling his best Superboy Prime.
Shh, we don't talk about that, Philip. That's the thing that pisses me off the most, honestly. And then Damian, and then some other stuff.
Oh my god! You know what I want? I want someone to animate Doomsday hitting that wall just over and over. But when
don't
he does,
they have it in the cartoon, the movie?
Oh, okay. Someone, I need this. When he's punching the wall, instead of like a noise of punching a wall, just a cash register noise.
Ching, ching.
Yes, can you imagine? Yes,
that would be hilarious.
Ching, ching. All right. I said I remember when this came out and like just on the news they showed the footage of people just like lined up out out the door, props, and just. I remember some old woman crying on the news. My babies love Superman. Oh, they kill him. It's like,
I know. It's like, babe, he's gonna be back. Stop playing.
Okay,
actually, I didn't feel that way. I really did feel like maybe they might actually do it. They might actually freaking do it.
I don't know. It's just, yeah. I mean, at this point, we hadn't been through a bunch of events, and you figure maybe they might pull the trigger. But again, once we get to like Funeral for a Friend, and it's like Lois is like, yeah, we can't reveal his identity. His poor parents. I'm like thinking, you're not revealing the identity. Yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Should we get to the next one?
Yeah. Come on. The march goes on.
Across the country. All right, so the next one, Superman 74 from December 1992.
And isn't it so funny that it ends on Superman 75, right? Like,
What a coincidence.
Interesting. Multiple of 5, you say?
Get out of town. Multiple of 25, even. Justice League members Ice and Maxima look at the fallen Blue Beetle.
Oh, God. Yeah, Justice League International.
But wait a minute. I didn't do...
Their tagline should have been, just give the artist and the writer their shekels, because they were left and right, man.
I mean, at least this one kind of blends in with the Justice League issue, because this one's also written in pencil by Dan Jurgens, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, so inker Brett Breeding, colors Glenn Whitmore, letterer John Costanza. Can't stand it. Editors Mike Carlin and Jennifer Frank.
Or some would call him Coco.
Hey, T-Bone, no T-Bone. Why no T-Bone? Wait, wonder what we're watching when you're here. All right. So Ice and Maxima look at the fallen Blue Beetle, with Ice saying that Blue Beetle needs medical treatment and Maxima saying their top priority is to stop the creature. Ice offers to go after the monster herself, which Maxima refuses to let her do until she remembers Ice aiding her in her struggles against Starbreaker.
Ugh. God, this is so 90s it hurts, bro.
Mm-hmm. Early 90s. And she takes Blue Pill to receive his medical care while Ice goes after the monster. At the same time, student Mitch comes home to find that there's no soda in the refrigerator. Crime of the 90s.
At least have some Sunny D. Jeez.
Ew. And that his mother was too busy taking care of his baby sister to even have time to get any groceries. Mitch becomes so upset, blaming his mother for being the reason his father left her, that he prepares to go over to his friend's house when Justice League member Ice crashes into their kitchen. Mitch goes out.
Oh no, our table, it's broken.
I wish a hot babe would just show up. A cool babe.
Nice.
Mitch goes outside and finds the green-suited monster the Justice League was contending with earlier, now trashing their car. Superman and Booster Gold also show up, and while Superman is able to take a powerful fist blow into the midsection by the monster now called Doom, right in the breadbasket. A sudden unexpected kick in the gut propels him through the house, causing it to collapse. A lot of contractors really have
no roughhousing. This is why your parents told you no roughhousing.
Oh, exactly.
The floor might have actually been lava too at that point.
Doomsday, putting contractors' kids through college since 1992.
Mm-hmm.
Doomsday now trudges his way into the house and is ready to kill Mitch's mother and her baby daughter. But Superman stops him, telling the mother to get out of the house. Soon other Justice League members, Bloodwind, Fire, and Guy Gardner with a puffed up face join the action. And the 5 heroes strike Doomsday with energy blasts until all but Superman and Bloodwind run out of power. However, the energy blasts do nothing but cause Doomsday's bands around his other arm to break, thus enabling him to cause damage with both his fists. Hail. The monster grabs Booster Gold, shreds up his costume, and pummels him so severely that he throws him against a weakened Guy Gardner.
Damn.
Put your heads together, boys. Superman
There's not much between the two of them. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Exactly. Superman and Bloodwind try to take on Doomsday simultaneously, but the monster grabs Bloodwind just as he is about to use his eye beams, causing them to strike the nearby gas lines and also causing fiery eruption that consumes the house in flames.
So they had Taco Bell for lunch? Okay.
Oh! We would love you. We would love your patronage, Taco Bell.
Or just the PepsiCo brand as a whole.
Exactly. With
I
his
eat
mother.
Doritos. I drink Mountain Dew.
I have friends who are Doritos.
Now you have to make gluten-free Doritos so that all my favorite people can have Doritos.
Exactly. With his mother and baby sister trapped inside and the Justice League members fallen, Mitch cries out for Superman to help. But Superman is chasing after Doomsday and he must decide what to do. Either go after the monster and risk the lives of Mitch's family and his own allies, or let the monster go to rescue them and risk the lives of many more people. So.
What do you think he does?
It's
he's
Superman.
An idiot, guys. You got to remember that.
What? What'd you say?
This era Superman's not as smart as he could be. I'm just saying.
Oh my. Again, it's an ethical debate, Lilith. It's not like...
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that Kansas bred farm boy just can't get out of his own head to see the forest for the trees.
Exactly.
And no, I do not agree with Man of Steel. It's my least favorite portrayal of Superman ever.
Really?
Yes, really. Outside of those stupid like Italian movies from the 30s, like Superman versus a gorilla or whatever. Now those are terrible.
Hey.
You know the ones I'm talking about?
I think so. Or they like cereals or something? Or
yeah, it's really terrible.
And for you 90s kids, yes, the triangle number on this one was 1992, number 46.
Triangle numbers. So I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm slightly like, I'm a little off in the head, but like triangles are just like my least favorite shape. Like I hate triangles. So that's why I hate the triangle numbers. Like it's not aesthetically pleasing to look at a triangle. It should be. It should be, especially if it's equilateral. But
yes,
no,
but
it's just not.
Were they going for the closest geometric shape to his S shield?
Yes, I know, and I don't like the S shield either. I like the classic 30 shield where it's a little more rounded. Like I don't know, it's just something about the sharp angles. I don't like it.
So if we had square or circle numbers on the cover, it would be better for you?
Circle numbers would be good. Circle numbers would have been better.
I don't care.
Or a square, because he is a square. Oh! Superman's a total square. in the best way, of course.
My OCD just loved the triangle numbers because he knew which order to read and store the books in. I wish more comics would do that these days. I said, was I talking to Justin or Will? I said, can you imagine if they tried to do that even this year with all the Bat books?
Good luck.
Exactly.
Good freaking luck.
Can you imagine all the miniseries and
nobody wants to put in that much effort anymore. That's why we don't get foil covers, I feel like, anymore.
And again, like whoever I was talking to is saying, it's like some of those are out of continuity, and that would be a real headache. What a headache that would be.
Again, nobody cares enough.
Hell, just Batman and Detective. Give me give me oval numbers.
Full-time squad of interns, definitely.
Exactly.
Okay, this goes here. No. Yes, it does.
And they're all busy scanning.
Off to the wiki.
They're all busy scanning the issues into the app.
Crookedly, might I add. But anyway.
Whoa.
They don't have the best scanners. I mean, Marvel's been getting better, but like DC, I've noticed they need to learn how to not to turn up the saturation so much. I don't know. It bothers me, the color saturation on the app.
All right. Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Adventures of Superman 497. Oh, kids.
I missed this book so much, by the way. I think this was my favorite Superman book at the time.
Yes.
It's like it was like more classic. I don't know how to explain it. Like it felt like, the old school, like Jimmy, Lois, those vibes.
Oh, yeah. And I think, what was it, like an issue or two or a few issues back. I mean, I remember the previous couple months in this book, it was like Mix Pitalik, Metallo showed up at one point.
Exactly. Just what we were saying the other day about how Superman should go. It doesn't always have to be Lex.
Mm-hmm. But once again,
that should, like, in the 3-movie battle, Lex should be like the person pulling the strings, but we shouldn't see him that much to like the 3rd movie in the trilogy. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we shouldn't see him at least at the earliest to like a mid-credit scene.
Midway through the second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we know he's there, but Superman shouldn't know he's there.
Or no, a mid-credit scene in the first movie, you just see a giant L.
Yeah, the LexCorp logo.
You just see some lackey walking.
Somebody pulling their red hair out.
No. You just see a lackey walking. You see a lackey walk into a giant L-shaped building.
They should do Manchester Black, maybe. I feel like that's an underused villain.
Yeah. Again, I mean, look what they did his first, his Joe Kelly did in his first appearance. It's, basically played it up as, he's the new, breedy hero, supposedly, who's all violent and stuff, and just the contrast to Superman.
Exactly.
That's how he's getting his secret identity back, kids.
About damn time.
It's always a worldwide mind wipe. There's no purple children in this universe. Oh my God. Once again, we're doing a worldwide mind wipe to take away the secret identity Bendis revealed.
Ooh. We're used to it. I've roasted Bendis to my heart's content. I have no hate in my heart anymore. It feels good. It feels good to get that off my chest. Scroll up.
Editor's note.
Scroll down.
Last episode. All right, so Adventures of Superman 497, again, December 92. Under Fire, writer Jerry Ordway.
The mastermind behind all of this. Have we tried killing him yet? Well,
I know, and he's probably the reason why you get that classic feel for this book, though.
yeah, honestly.
Penciler Tom Grummett. Love his pencils. Inker Doug Hazelwood. Colors Glenn Whitmore. Letterer Albert de Guzman. And yeah, editors Mike Carlin and Jennifer Frank. Oh, here's a big synopsis. After Doomsday takes out the whole Justice League, Superman is the one left to take him on alone. And see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, again,
that sums it up for sure, but
yeah, I know.
It's like a lot of action pieces. It's actually not like a lot of dialogue and stuff. It is just a lot of action, moving pieces, getting to that. We're just totally moving towards that final page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just all building up.
We left on that cliffhanger with Mitch and his family, and it's he keeps yelling for Superman, and Superman's thinking, I hear you, kid, but he was hoping one of the Justice League would wake up and help them, and he's like, oh crap, they're all
yeah,
beaten unconscious.
It's like kind of crazy.
So he basically just throws Doomsday into a lake, hoping he can't leap away too quickly.
Not looking good for Soups, man.
I know.
It's got me stressed, man. I remember having to read these, and I was just so stressed. I'm like, are they gonna? What? I mean, Doomsday didn't seem that formidable, to be quite honest. Like, I don't feel like they built it up enough.
It was basically just, he wouldn't lay down. He could hit. There was at least 2 or 3 times in this Superman's like, I never remember getting hit this hard before.
Yeah.
Darkseid's like, hello?
No. Darkseid's got nothing on Doomsday, allegedly.
I know. That old man.
I mean, didn't Batman eventually beat Darkseid too, though? So it's like...
Grant Morrison.
He's lost his luster.
Grant Morrison.
What the ayahuasca can do for you.
So, yeah. Superman throws Doomsday in that lake and then comes back and helps Bloodwind save the family. Then they're taking Guy Gardner away on his stretcher. He's like, Soups. He's like, you better put him in a pine box.
Okay, maybe this is why I have a little sympathy for Doomsday, because he put him on a stretcher. I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Hell. But no, I mean, there are some pretty good scenes in here, like when Doomsday takes out that attack helicopter, and Superman just grabs the missile and whips it back at Doomsday.
Yeah. I think a lot of writers and artists were afraid to go so OP with Superman, and so they did have to create this really literally larger than life character that could go toe to toe with Superman, because a lot of people don't really flex how OP Superman is, because when you remember just what he's actually capable of, you're like, holy crap. I mean, why does he even need the Justice League? You know what I mean?
Well, and again, too, I mean, right after Crisis, and I mean, I think we're still in the period where it's like they wanted to depower him after Crisis, so he literally can't be juggling planets at this point.
Yeah, which I feel like a lot of people ended up regretting.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you can't have as much fun with them if you don't take it that far.
Yeah, I know. I think they, for some reason, DC as a whole, they were like, oh, our stuff's too overpowered. We need to make it more realistic, like Superman and when Wally took over.
Yeah, Wally was definitely an everyday man, but you could, and it was fun when they decided to who with the reign of the Superman and stuff. It was cool seeing the different multifacets of Superman. It was breaking them down so simply into these different people. Mm-hmm. It was interesting, but they took it too far.
Oh yeah, the Eradicator.
Yes. This guy gets it.
Cyborg Super. Yeah. Oh my god. When you've realized that Cyborg Superman is basically just evil Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that's an episode.
I mean, but you don't even have to put evil in front of it. It's just Reed Richards.
Oh, burn. That's what we need to do one day. We need to get that first appearance, when Hank Henshaw is just a astronaut with those 3 others and get in Charlie Esser's hands and have him do an episode with us. Just be like, what do you think of this Fantastic Four?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
because they
like
went
that.
there.
Maybe, yeah.
They went there, kids.
They didn't really have anything to lose at that point, though. So
yeah. But yeah, no, Supergirl wants to go help Superman, and Lex is like, no, you have to stay here and protect Metropolis. She's like literally sitting on his
he
lap.
meant me. You have to protect me.
I mean, she's almost sitting right on his lap, and she's wearing a skirt. That's all I'm saying.
Penis warmer? Is that what you're implying?
Whoa! She is a shapeshifter, Lil.
That's why everybody has a crush on Mystique, huh?
Whoa! You can shift your anatomy in any shape you want, and you can look like anyone.
Comes in handy.
Hey, well. Oh, and then Lois goes and gets Turtle Boy because she needs
turtle.
Yeah, and then Superman and Maxima just like duking it out with Doomsday in the. It's just the parking lot of the Lexmart, or no, I don't think we're at the Lexmart yet. No, it's just a grocery store. And then what, a tanker full, what, a gas tanker, and then Maxima pulls out that. Oh no, the gas station gets destroyed, and then she pulls out that light pole, and it just blows everything up.
Yeah, those kids need better training.
Yes, and this one ends with Guardian showing up.
Worthless.
Again, what's he gonna do against Doomsday though?
Exactly.
I know you have no love for Captain America, but this is like bargain basement Captain America.
Not hard to do.
Damn. Oh, no. I forgot. This is a clone of bargain basement Captain America. He's pulling a Lex. I think it's the original guy in like a new clone body.
Oh, yikes. Really?
Yeah. I think at this point, yeah, it's like him and like they had that Newsboy Legion. They like cloned them.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I blocked that out. That was painful.
Yeah, because remember, for like a year or two from now, they do the thing where like there's a clone disease going around.
Yeah.
So they pretty much wipe out a lot of the clones in Metropolis. Because there was a lot running around at this point.
Yeah, it was almost as bad as Clone Saga at that point, honestly.
And it wasn't even like the main characters. It was just like a bunch of like supporting characters. Like, yeah, I'm a clone. Yeah, me too. Because we had Cadmus.
I kind of missed them as a villain, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I was so drawn to Young Justice, the first season. And they did with like Star Labs and the light and stuff, like the more interesting stuff of DC that's not overdone.
Well, that's kind of like why I like this era, because it's like, yeah, I mean, we get some of the classic characters, but when they do new stuff. It's stuff like that, like Cadmus, and it's kind of like, it's like, oh, they might, something might come after Superman from there, but also they're kind of like, the enemies of Lex, one of their scientists, gave Lex the clone body, but that, now he's in hiding.
That came with strings, yeah.
Oh, Lex wanted to kill him. It's like, oh, you know my secrets.
Nobody can know my secrets.
Mm-hmm. So then he pretends to be his son, who's raised in Australia.
Drop Bear Land.
Exactly. That's why no one knows about me. I was in the Outback. It's true. All right. So should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, definitely.
Action Comics, 684. Doomsday is near.
Promises.
Hail, again from December 92. Oh, here's some trivia. Every page of this issue consists of 3 panels.
Huh.
Oh, I think, yeah, that is the gimmick, isn't it? Because, yeah. Because this issue, every page is 3 panels. The Man of Steel that comes next is, I think every page is 2 panels, and then
because it's the count, literally the countdown.
Yeah, and then 75 is all splash pages. Tell me there. Oh, there might not even be a synopsis for this one. Oh no, Superman and Doomsday continue their brawl as Doomsday heads for Metropolis. There you go.
I mean, like I said, because it's so much action that they're
Yeah.
literally just rushing towards the finish line to get to that end goal.
Yeah, it's a lot of
That sums it up.
action.
That's what happens.
I mean, these last couple ones are all it's all action, but it's also like you see like I mean,
Devastation.
Superman had a big supporting cast at this point.
Maybe a little too big.
I mean, they fleshed out. I mean, if nothing else, they did flesh out Metropolis in this era.
Oh yeah, and that's where everybody. Yeah, totally. Like I said, I don't think Batman needs 4 books, but like I said, the world of Superman, like modern Superman, is so small and closed off because nobody cares enough to explore it anymore. Even Jimmy Olsen doesn't really get the spotlight that much, and he's pivotal. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like the other thing with Bendis taking away Clark Kent's secret identity. It's like you really don't get a lot of the Daily Planet anymore either. Then
and let's not forget Perry. We all love Perry.
Exactly. So
Like especially in the wake of no Pa Kent, you need Perry.
Exactly. I mean, Pa Kent's around now, but it's like
now,
it's like,
but back when they
yeah. But I mean, if he has a secret identity as a reporter, it's easier for him to be at the Planet, and you have Perry and Jimmy and everyone there.
Yeah.
It's easier. All right, but no, in action, the writer was Roger Stern.
Where have I heard that name before?
Roger Stern, lots of places.
Exactly.
Penciler Jackson Geis, inker Dennis Rodier, colors Glenn Whitmore, letterer Bill Oakley, and our same editors. So this one is basically a punch 'em up because Superman tells Guardian to get Maxima medical treatment, and then Superman catches a guy in a car who Doomsday just threw out of his way.
As you do.
And then they get to the Lexmart. boy, talk. Who do you think who do you think treats their employees worse, Walmart or Lexmart?
You know what? No, I think that it's Walmart. I think Lexmart. I think Lex always wants to have like a good face for public opinion because he does so much shady stuff. That they're definitely getting 15 an hour. They're definitely getting 15 an hour. Health benefits. They don't have to be on welfare like McDonald's and Walmart.
So, well, I mean, I've seen those memes too. It's like, oh, and even Lex Luthor, when he ran for president, divested himself of his business holdings and turned over his
exactly.
Taxes,
He knows.
He knows how to play the game.
Listen, Lex is not one of my favorite villains for no reason. He's very relatable.
Exactly. But yeah, Doomsday's in. Well, Lex Martin sees that ad for that wrestling event in Metropolis, so he gets it into his head. Oh, Metropolis. So
poor Metropolis.
I love Supergirl's watching TV. She's like, Lex, he trashed one of your Lex Marts. He's like, bloody hell.
He's got insurance for that. No worries.
I know. Well, he even says later, he's like, I can afford, because she still wants to go. He's like, no. He's like, I can afford to lose a Lexmart.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Oh,
see, another thing, he's not worried about his property. He knows insurance will cover it.
Exactly. Oh, plus, he wants to keep his eye candy here. Oh, this is also the era. He's like, yeah, you and Team Luthor, Team Lex have to stay here.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, if you had any sympathy for Doomsday, it's just out the window, Lilith. He trashes the Big Belly Burger.
Exactly. A menace. Absolute. That's the moment he becomes a menace. They're just good people trying to serve good burgers fast, man.
Not fast food, good food quickly.
Exactly.
Makes a mean burger. But then
I wonder what would be the equivalent of Kenny Rogers chicken in the DC universe. We need a parody of that quickly.
Who could replace Kenny Rogers? Booster Gold.
Yes, actually. Yes, I love it.
Chicken so fresh, you think it came from the future.
Nice.
Chicken's so fresh, we haven't even cooked it yet. But then, yes, Doomsday sees a Metropolis sign, so Superman just basically just picks him up, whips him around, and throws him in the opposite direction.
A lot of good it did him, but
I know. Well, he said he's like, hopefully, slamming into the mountains at a couple 100 miles an hour. Hopefully, will slow him down. That's when they hit Cadmus.
Yeah.
They're doing a bunch of damage there. In the habitat, the Tree City.
Oh.
But then, yeah, he knocks out Superman and the Guardian and just starts leaping towards Metropolis. Or Metropolis.
It definitely gave me Hulk fight vibes, honestly,
Yeah.
with them throwing him in the mountains and stuff, though. So.
But again, too, him just leaping everywhere.
Yes.
Because I mean, I think he's already tried it to take him into space, but Doomsday just keeps breaking free. Because he even said he's like, I got the advantage, when I can kill all his momentum and stuff. But
because Doomsday wasn't even really that smart. He was just persistent.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It seemed like no matter how much you hit him with, he just kept going. Oh, I see what you're doing here, Kirby County. I see you.
There's all kind of little neat Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, I think a lot.
This whole thing.
Oh yeah, a lot of these creators at the time were like big fans of like Jack Kirby and all the other old guys. Yeah.
I just miss the days,
Mm-hmm. I mean, every so often you'll get like a little Easter egg in a comic, or it's like, oh, they're down on Dixon Street, or they're down in Mensch Square, or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're like few and far between. Seems like. Oh. All right. So shoot.
I'm not ready.
Well, we still got the Man of Steel issue to get through before we get to 75. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Superman, the Man of Steel, number 19, January 1993. Doomsday is here. And again, like we said, this issue only consists of 2 panel pages. Doomsday and Superman's fight has reached Metropolis and is nearing an end. We get a bunch of all the supporting cast: Bibbo, Double X, Emil Hamilton, Keith, Guardian, Jimmy Olsen.
I love that guy.
Who?
Emil.
Oh yeah. We get the Metropolis Special Crimes Unit.
Dan
Turpin and Maggie Sawyer.
Oh, Maggie Sawyer. A lot of good characters, man.
I know. That's what I said, man. I mean, how do you feel about this era, man? They really like fleshed out that world. Which again, I guess when you have the room of 4 books, you can do that.
Yeah.
Because it's like Keith the Orphan. I mean, that was Louise's character. I mean, if anywhere, he showed up in Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this one opens up with Doomsday just like killing construction workers in Metropolis.
I mean, honestly, like I said, there's pros and cons to living in Gotham, but there's pros and cons to living in Metropolis too. You're gonna get alien invasions, bro. I'd rather deal with the Joker than an alien invasion. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. And again, they don't show it in this issue, but is this the construction site where he saves John Henry Irons?
Yes, it is highly believed to be the inferred issue.
So, yeah, Superman, finally gets here, gets Doomsday, and tries to rocket him into space. But he kicks free. Oh, see, because Superman says he's as agile as he is strong.
It's hard to believe, but okay. It's a comic book.
Well, he's genetically engineered.
Exactly.
But yeah, Double X tries to read his mind, and there's basically no mind there except anger. No thought but destruction.
You know, honestly, I would have loved to see it for it to be Bizarro. I've always thought that they would eventually reveal that. You know what I mean?
Oh, like Doomsday?
Give Bizarro his
Yeah, but it turns out what he was bait on it. Was it Krypton or was it just some random world? Because I just remember some scientists making this creature that anytime you kill it, it just evolves.
I want to say it was Krypton, but I feel like it was a random.
I think the first story they might have made it a rando, and then eventually there was like, oh yeah, that was part of Krypton or whatever.
Yeah, to make it more like, why would they do another reason? Oh yeah, Kryptonians were definitely douchebags.
Which again,
genetically experimenting.
I have nothing against showing the darker side of Krypton, but it's like not every threat he faces has to come from Krypton.
Or maybe it does. It's the only like threat level that justifies it. Honestly.
Or if you want to play that up, be like, oh, it came from this Doomsday came from this other world. They were afraid of getting taken over by the Kryptonians, so they made this.
Yes,
weapon.
I would like that too, because and that's the thing that I love about Smallville. They kind of touch on how Jor-El is I don't feel like people touch on what a maniac Jor-El had to have been to send his only son off in a rocket ship to a freaking planet full of idiots. You know?
Yeah. Well, why don't we do the version where it's like, maybe Jor-El's responsible for blowing up the planet?
I always thought he was. Honestly, like that's the read that I've always interpreted.
Either directly or indirectly, and that's
definitely the House of L had something to do with it.
And that's why Kal-El spends his life trying to, be the ultimate good guy because he's making up for the his father blowing up a whole planet.
Yeah. I'm just saying, yeah.
His parents are watching this whole thing on TV.
Oh, Mom, Pa can't.
Mom, Pa. Oh my God. Are we going to get a human emotion out of you?
Listen, it's a really good story, man. Shut up.
You're not allowed to cry unless you're on camera. Come on. You'll probably get $20 out of Ray.
I'll never let you mortals see my weakness. Never.
Don't challenge me. Oh, but then Doomsday goes down underground and starts messing up some underworlders, some warworlders.
Oh yeah, wasn't that again for 30 years?
What wasn't that another theory of where Doomsday came from after at the end of Panic in the Sky when Brainiac basically as he's retreating just shoots like a probe or something out, and it's like, oh, maybe that's where Doomsday came from.
A lot of theories at the time, we were all wrong.
But it's like you really can't. I mean, if you do that indirectly, Brainiac's the one who killed him. Then, so maybe that's why they didn't do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if Brainiac can make or find something like that, then why can't he do it again?
Because he feels bad.
He doesn't feel emotions. Oh, we get another gas line explosion.
Lots of explosions, man.
As Lex is giving a press conference. Shakes his giant L tower.
Take that, Teen Titans.
Exactly. And now Supergirl's like, I gotta go. And Lex is like, yeah, go. And Doomsday literally rearranges her face because it's Matrix. And then, oh yeah, Emil Hamilton and Bibbo try to shoot him with that big cannon.
Yeah.
Which they do, but it doesn't stop him. Yeah, so all Superman's buddies are trying to help him stop Doomsday here. Like I said, the Special Crimes Unit.
Honestly, I think the most interesting Doomsday story is the Dark Side wedding subplot. I like that way better than this one. That's all I'm saying.
Was that Hunter Prey or was that a different
Yeah, that
one?
was Hunter Prey.
Yeah.
That's the most interesting thing they've ever done with Doomsday. That and the Green Lantern story, of course. I like that one as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rando Green Lantern of little importance.
But again, literally, the Doomsday's first appearance, he's literally a plot device. We're just using him to kill Super,
Exactly.
And then once this thing sold, 1 million copies, they're like, oh, we got to bring Doomsday back someday.
But they actually showed restraint though, because like I said, we really don't. We pretend like he doesn't exist because we kind of have to at this point.
Well, again, I think they kind of trashed him in the New 52, so it's yeah.
But no, I mean, we're all trying to pretend like that didn't happen. So
I know, but it's like, and then maybe they will bring him back, after he gets the secret identity or everything back. But no, yeah, Hunter Prey, I remember them hype. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. No, I thought my video went out. All right, so yeah, and it just ends with those two duking it out. So should we get to 75? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Absolutely devastated as a small child, by the way. I think they owe me money. I think I deserve compensation for my emotional trauma.
Oh my god, yeah, you were like what, 6?
Yeah.
Not 9, she was 6, kids.
Hey-oh.
Oh my god, yeah, I mean, God, I had to go to like 3 different stores to find it. I think 2 or 3 different stores to find this thing.
Yeah, I think that's crazy because, like I said, to this day, if you can, I mean, it might not be super easy, but you can find these, still in the bags because people bought so many copies with the speculation and stuff.
Oh yeah. People thought they were going to retire off this thing eventually. Yeah, those fools, you fools. All right, kids. So Superman 75, you all know it. Wait a minute. Why does it say
infamous
November?
Cover.
Why does it say November 92? Wasn't the first
issue? It was
October.
December.
Okay. But the other ones were saying after this, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on.
They might be going by the actual like published date or something.
Oh, okay. But again, the ones previous to this, we're saying December, so I don't know what's going on. All right, so the title, Doomsday. Writer, once again,
infamous Cover.
Oh yeah, there's the Tombstone cover. There's the one with the bloody
S.
There's
the Tombstone cover. I think that's the bloody S. I don't know. I think the bloody S is probably the most notorious cover, I would say.
Well, I was like going to say the one I have, the black bag has the bloody S on it. Then you open it, I think it has the Tombstone. But then yes, they also have the one with the cape hanging off the pole. Yeah.
Yeah, the newsstand. That's the newsstand edition, actually, right?
I think so. Yeah. But yeah, writer Dan Jurgens, pencilers Dan Jurgens and Brett Breeding, inker Brett Breeding, colorist Glenn Whitmore, letterer John Costanza, and editors Mike Carlin and Jennifer Frank.
Can you imagine? Like this is the book everybody's probably most known for, honestly.
Oh yeah.
You killed Superman, you bastards.
All right, so here we go. Superman and Doomsday have their final confrontation in Metropolis. Each foe delivers crushing blows onto the other, never letting up on their opponent. Police and military vehicles converge on the scene, but the streets are in chaos. Superman gets a last kiss from Lois Lane, then charges into action, ready to bring down Doomsday no matter what.
See, he brought down his testosterone level. That's where he messed up.
Oh,
that's why boxers don't have sex before a match. I'm just saying.
No.
Endorphins.
Shouldn't it take it up because they just kissed? They didn't.
It released some endorphins. You know what I mean? It didn't keep that.
I guess
That primal instinct up.
Oh my God! But if he had lived through this, can you imagine what he was going to get that night?
That threesome with Cat Grant,
You
he set his eye on.
You bring down something that no one else on the planet can bring down. I mean, come on. The two combatants battle it out in front of the Daily Planet, of course, at one point striking each other with such force that the windows of the planet shatter. Eventually, Superman delivers a fatal blow to Doomsday, snapping his neck, but while receiving an equally deadly blow at the same time. Lois Lane rushes over to Superman's limp body and cradles him in her arms, begging him to hold on until the paramedics arrive.
What the hell are the paramedics going to do for Superman?
However, it is too late. The Man of Steel fades in her arms. Superman is dead. She was in shock, okay? Leave her alone. She thought this man was going to outlive her by a couple hundred years. Come on.
And he would have, too, if it wasn't for that
damn
meddling Doomsday.
Ruh-roh. Oh my God, can you imagine if he would have fell and Doomsday was still going?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, where's the real Justice League? Where's Wally West? Where's any Green Lantern?
Everybody's like that. And Superman, look, they were hiding. They were hiding like how the Avengers are gonna be hiding when Kang shows up.
I mean, I guess
they're like, Scott's like, can I get some help? They're like, get somebody else to do it.
I mean, we're not at Bat-God yet, so I guess Batman doesn't have a contingency plan. But how
can you have a contingency plan for something you didn't know existed? You know what I mean?
I guess, but you could try a Superman contingency plan or something, but other than kryptonite. But can you imagine? This is when he starts contingency plans, because it's like, well, if there's stuff out there that can kill Superman,
yeah, the paranoia set in for sure.
Oh, definitely. All right. So what did you think, Lilith? Kind of sad, huh?
I mean, it's super shocking because the whole time you're thinking there's no way they're going to go through with this. There's no freaking way. And so you see Superman save the day, but he literally gives his life. And it's just like, oh, now the Jesus allegory is complete. Right?
Yeah. But again, too, I mean, they kind of spoiled it. So you kind of knew it was coming. It was basically just like, how it's going to die. Yeah.
It's like, those bastards actually had the balls to do it. I can't believe it. No, I was like, wow.
You had the hustle.
And then it took so long for him to come back.
Mm-hmm.
It was giving me literal anxiety. I'm like, no. This is all fun and games, but where's Superman? I don't like this. This kid with a leather jacket's killing me, bro.
This guy shooting blasts out of his hands and wearing sunglasses at night.
I like Cyborg Superman, though. To be fair, I think he was my favorite. So.
Of course. Evil.
Bro, I was a baby. I was baby Lilith. She loves I still love evil stuff. Who am I kidding?
I mean, Eradicator and Superboy were such the 90s.
So 90s it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The undercut, the leather jacket, yeah.
And Steel was basically Tony Stark, so.
No, literally, yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah, he was Black Tony Stark, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, suck it, Marvel.
I mean, his origin was like more in line with MCU Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like he created these weapons and
made with scraps, bro.
John Henry Irons made this in a cave.
Not Charlie Asky. Is his whole name? Yes, it really is John Henry Irons. That's the full name. Because of course we had Henry Hank. So that's how we. I think that's why we had to differentiate. Yeah. So yes. I think that's why we had to differentiate.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, no. This is like the most well thought out, put together crossover. It's just so bittersweet that it just really opened up the floodgates for everything that we're going through in modern comics.
And again, we keep coming back to it, probably because they probably made more money off this than anything else. Because how many do you know how many?
This is their version of that X-Men. Yeah, this is their version of that X-Men copy. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, this is on the list of all time. 75 is on the list of all time bestsellers with X-Men 1, Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then plus all the reprints and stuff. So I mean, how much money have they made off this thing?
And yet they can't give the respect Superman deserves. I just don't understand it.
Well, again, it's
Superman is
like
the house. It built the house. Batman came later, so I've just never understood it.
I mean, the
This
story
is more
good.
epic than Batman getting his back broken. I'm sorry, it just is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's more
started,
iconic. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, even while Bruce Wayne was broken, he was still around, kind of. I was like, I mean, they took Superman out of his own book for a while.
For a while. Like
Months
like I said, it started giving me anxiety. I'm like, when is he coming back? Like, I do not want to be dealing with these pretenders and these usurpers anymore.
Even before Reign of the Superman, Funeral for a Friend was what, 2-3 months at least, and there's no Superman except for his dead body.
Yeah.
Oh, that scene when they put him in the tomb and Lex is like, "Can I have a moment with him?" And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then he's all mad. He's like, "How dare that?
How dare that?
Yeah, how dare that Doomsday kill you? It's supposed to be me."
Again, everything about it is so iconic, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just don't make him like this anymore. They don't.
The giant statue on his tomb, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why no movie, animated or live action, will ever really able to do it justice, do that storyline justice. We've had 2 animated movies, and they're both kind of poop. Reign of the Superman is not as bad as The Death of Superman, the newer one, because Doomsday is complete and utter garbage. That original one from 2007, never watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Not worth your time.
No. And even the latest one, like the 2-parter, that's still not it. I mean, they still have to compress stuff because, again, Death, Funeral for a Friend,
it needs to be a miniseries to get it. Yeah, that's just what it is.
I mean, the whole thing from beginning to end is like a year of four books a month. So
yeah,
there's so much there, and then you factor in the the blowing up.
And this is why DC should hire me. I have the perfect plan for the miniseries. I do. So.
Again, that's another thing for HBO Max. If you were going to do an animated miniseries of this thing.
Mm-hmm. Or 0 hour. That is actually my preference. I hope with the Green Lantern show, if that ever actually comes to fruition, we actually get to like 0 hour or something like that. That would be really cool. As I said, that's my favorite Crisis is 0 hour. It really is.
A Crisis series. Season 1 is Crisis on Infinite Earth. Season 2 is like 0 hour.
No, we start small. What is it? It's like a Crisis on Earth 2 or whatever it is, like the original.
Yeah.
Do we start with little baby Crisis?
Season 1, you start small, you build up the multiverse. Season 2, you do Crisis and just smash it all to pieces. Yeah, and then season 3, 0 hour.
Yeah. No, it would be like a really cool like piece of like DC history. Honestly, if they did that.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe for their 100th anniversary, they could probably pull something like that off. Like, do a miniseries for all the Crisis or something like that.
We'll start playing it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually like right around the corner when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. So,
I mean, what?
That's why they need to hire me immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it's within 10 years or so, right? 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so start playing it now.
2039, right? So
38, isn't Superman 38?
Yeah, 38.
Yeah, so it's coming. Yeah. Oh my God, can you imagine the cash grabs we're going to be getting on the news in the comic books when they hit 100th anniversary, especially Superman?
It will still be alive. Like, it's kind of wild to me. I'm like, I plan on being alive, but
she has to make it to 69, kids.
Yeah, I have to make it to 2069 specifically. I have to make it to that date, or I'm going to be very disappointed.
She's going to spend the whole day going, ha, ha, yeah, ha, ha.
Nice.
42069.
That's the motivation. So when I get sad, some days I'm like, nope, not today. But yeah, if you've never read this storyline, why? It's literally iconic. Even if you're not like a DC fan, this is like comic book history, a piece of comic book history that I feel like everybody should own or read or just like really dissect. It is actually really fascinating how they carried it out.
Oh yeah.
And it was just on a lark because they
If
couldn't
you're
do something.
Yeah, if you're a comic fan, yeah, you should read it. I mean, if nothing else, it's an interesting piece of history. It started,
The build up, the tension, the are they really gonna do this kind of thing?
and again, they've done it in other forms of media, but yeah, you have to read this. This is
It's the best. It's the best. Yeah, you just can't you'll never get it from reading like the wiki or watching the animated. It's just not. It's too
yes.
condensed.
And again, it's like, it sets up all the future events, and again, it's in that era, the Triangle era, where you have like four teams working together,
Like
basically.
doing the conference, really worried about the continuity, and just really giving the character that it needs the love and care and attention. Like
Exactly.
people that actually loved the character, knew the character, grew up with the character, wanted the best for the character. Like not saying that modern day writers don't, but they're like our age, and so it's something about people that grew up reading the original, like the Kirby's and your Stanleys and all those guys. It's just something about they got to see the creation of the world and they just really wanted to play and live and breathe and eat and sleep in that world that they saw created, and they were so happy to work in that medium, something that they grew up wanting to do and they actually got to do It's kind of like how it's like directors that are my age that are out making movies. Yeah, they're okay, but there's not like Scorsese level, like, you know what I mean? Because they just haven't had
Yeah.
that time to build that body of work. You know what I mean?
Well, was that the thing too? Is like all the people creating these days grew up on the '90s stuff.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we're
No,
going back to the 90s, but it is just something really special about people who saw the creation of the comic book world really come into the modern era of being profitable
yeah.
and actually being like a job and all those things.
And also, you have to take like the right lessons from the '90s stuff, and not
Exactly.
uh,
So yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it. If this is where you start if you're a Superman fan, as far as I'm concerned. Say you just want to start collecting in 2023. This literally is where you start and work your way up. You don't even have to worry about like the crisis step. Start here, Death of Superman.
if not, yeah, either this era or yeah, you can start here. Yeah,
I mean, I prefer Silver Age, but seriously, like if you're like want to get into Superman, this is where you can start because like I said, it's very easily accessible. Like if you go to like cons or even just like I said, my guy just always has a ton of them.
yeah. Like you could find the stuff from this era. I don't think it's too expensive. So yeah,
It's not too expensive and it's not too hard. Unlike the earlier stuff, honestly,
yeah,
like the 70s is getting really hard to find, and anything before
yeah.
that as well. So
You could find it in dollar bins, long boxes.
I say go to estate sales too.
Oh yeah.
I've had really good luck with like those storage, like when you open up storage and stuff. I've had if you go to those.
Anytime I see a sign for an estate sale, I want to stop and say, "Do you
Stop.
have any
Always
comics?
stop.
You got any comics, kid?"
No, seriously, always stop. I've had the
Yeah,
best luck at estate sales. My guy too.
yeah, or
I mean, that's pretty much the bread and butter for a lot of comic book people, whether they're selling it through eBay or have their actual own store. So
or even I haven't seen them in like many, many, many years. But I know like when I was a teenager, like we would have like a few like one or two like antique stores around here, and sometimes they would have like a small section in the back with like old comics and stuff.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're definitely time's kind of running out on some of those older comics. So I say if you really want to start collecting comics, you got to do it now. Not to be an
Yeah,
alarmist, because it wasn't always paper that didn't degrade. Unfortunately,
exactly.
it's what makes it special and expensive. But like the thrill of the hunt, it's just something about the thrill of the hunt, and you guys will get to
Yeah,
see some of that on Salty and Petty.
that's right. Because Lilith will be here. Yes, probably
And
when
we're
we.
gonna go to a couple comic book shops, and maybe we'll get some interviews with some comic book shop owners, and just like kind of cool stuff like that.
Oh, you know what we could do, Lilith? If we do that on an episode of Salty and Petty, put some of it on there and be like, "Oh, if you want the good stuff, you got to go to Patreon."
Oh yeah, sure, of course. Make those nerds pay. Stanley would want it that way. I'm just saying.
Excelsior!
Excelsior.
Yes. So yes, fine. But yeah, the '90s era you can find them pretty easily, I think, in back issue bins. Unless you're in Australia, then you're out of luck.
Poor Australia.
I know Ray is so jealous when like us Americans talk about like the back issue bins and stuff. He's just like,
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing in the UK too. I think like unfortunately for a long time it's kind of like Hollywood. Comics have been like American based for the most part.
well, again, they probably and they probably didn't ship a lot of issues over there back in the day. So
Yeah, a lot of war stuff like that. Hard to get
yeah.
over there.
All
So
right.
on that note, we are closing out on Unlimited Justice. Hope
Yes.
you guys enjoyed it. We had fun, but Phil and I came up with a crazy idea that we're gonna see through, and
Yes,
hopefully you
and
guys like it.
it'll be more general pop culture, and I'm sure comics will sneak into it because that's baked into our
We're
DNA.
we're
But
we're obviously gonna give Phil his comic corner, obviously.
and give Lilith her rant pants. Oh no, wait.
Exactly.
Oh no, wait. You don't like pants. Her rant skirt. Okay. So we don't get sued.
My rant snuggie. Get it right.
Oh, there you go. Because I don't want to get sued by Gamma Charge. Okay, yes, your rant snuggie. Yes.
I don't want to hear. I invented that, you dick. I don't need that. I don't need it.
No, I invented that, you dick.
We don't want to get sued by those boys.
Well, that
Exactly.
All right. So yes. So we're closing up shop here. I think next week, because there will be the last week of the year, I'm going to put that Chichester chats we do with the milestone stuff there. And then, yes, starting in first week of January, you're going to get getting Salty and Petty. So
The Salty
still-
and Petty Show.
exactly. And I'm sure, I mean, you're still going to get us talking comics, especially here on Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks. I mean, we're still doing the Batman
And of course,
show.
we'll do special stuff over on Capes, the main feed, the Capes and Lunatics main show, when big movies come and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or a big event.
Yeah,
Something
we
that
still got-
warrants it.
And we still have Spider Cast and the Devil our Daredevil show over there. So yeah, you'll still get us talking comics. So
But Phil and I want to talk more mainstream pop culture, so.
yes, but again, you do not want to miss like the first couple, probably at least of first 2 episodes of Salty and Petty, because Lilith and I will be in the same room doing that. So
Yeah.
oh, I hope you need a wake up call. Okay? Then I could just go, there's your wake up call. Here, my son, take this bucket of cold water and dump it on Lilith. Why? She asked for a wake up call.
Oh, sure. Send the child to do your dirty work.
Well, I know you won't hit a child. You'll hit me, but you won't hit a child.
Exactly.
All right. So yes, kids. So yeah, send your thoughts. I mean, again, if you have Death of Superman thoughts, send them in. Me and Lilith will still be in plenty of places to read that. So yeah, send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics
Patreon, Sausage Patrol. Hey, what do you think about making Phil do the worst DC animated movies? Put that on your list for things that you want to hear.
She did not learn her lesson in 2022. By June.
They'll never do it again. They'll never vote for it again, Phil.
Oh, please! Our pain is entertaining to them. They don't have to do it. By June, again, they'll be like, "Why are we doing this? Because you said it." Oh yeah.
Those boys aren't crazy enough to do it again. I'm not worried about it.
I wouldn't put anything past them. Fueled by Mountain Dew and nostalgia. Yeah, they're gonna.
What are you doing, me now?
The Mountain Dew and nostalgia show.
No, I invented that, you dick.
Exactly. I'm not trying to get sued by Russell, bro.
So yeah, email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And yeah, for as of right now, yes, the Unlimited Justice social media will stay up.
Yeah, because we'll be back to talk like the finale of Flash, I assume. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't know if we were doing that on Salty and Petty or not, but yeah, I mean,
we could bring it back for the finale of Flash.
Okay. But yeah, so again, you'll probably hear this show in specials every so often, but yeah, the social media will be there. Find all of our social media, the Salty and Petty stuff, like I said, Justin and I will be firing up Marvel Tales on the other feed. So yes,
Tales from Marvel.
So find all the follow all the social media so you know everything that's going on. The YouTube channel, again, subscribe there so you don't miss any of that, because everything, no matter what show it is, goes up on YouTube. So smash that subscribe button. We're so close to 269. Get Lilith that 269.
Smash it.
And of course the Patreon, because once again, this is our passion project, our labor of love. Paying for this out of our own pocket, every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the aforementioned Chichester chats with that genius, Mr. G. Chichester.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And of course, superhero movie brackets are over, but you can listen to the whole thing right now on Patreon. A whole season's worth, a whole year's worth.
A whole year worth of Phil's pain. It's beautiful.
And you know, and of course, you want to subscribe now before January, so you find out what our patrons want to torture us with. What if Ray asked for Moon Knight? Oh no! He'll be like Tigra, Hercules. Lilith is like paging Charlie Esser.
Exactly.
All right, so find all.
Charlie subscribes just to say he wants a whole Crusher Creel.
Oh. Without the shirts, please. Please. So see, you never know what's coming on Patreon. Hail. So subscribe there and pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Say it's metal, like Charlie likes to say.
It's nobody's business what's in your cup.
Ew. Protect yourself with that Capes and Lunatics cup. All right. And of course, random Cash App link. Just send us random money. Lil's favorite. Lil's favorite color, green.
Because I'm a villain.
Lil's favorite color, green.
Make it rain.
So find it all Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Lilith Hellfire. If people want to talk to you about Death of Superman or other stories where they can attempt to make you cry, where can they find you?
Well, if you guys want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter while it lasts at Lilith Hellfire. We also just started up Hive, so I have one there too at Lilith Hellfire as well. And of course, on TikTok, making all of the comments and maybe some content, but you're definitely going to have to hit the follow button to find out at Lilith Hellfire 69. Duh.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. That's a mouthful. It's so salty.
Coming soon.
And Patty.
That's right.
I just want to have fun on a broom.
All right, so the last episode. So
Suck it, Russell. Talking about meat is so natural for Ray.
all right, so really this time it is
The big finish.
Jazz hands, confetti, make way for Salty and Petty.
all right, kids. So yes, thank you for joining us on this year-long Unlimited Justice journey. And again, me and Lilith will still be around. I mean, you're still going to get comic talk. You're going to get your Batman talk, Ray. You're welcome. Ultimate Spider Cast, the Devil You Know the Daredevil podcast on the other feed. But yes, Salty and Petty will be here in 2 weeks when you hear this on the podcast. So go out, find your own justice.
And remember, be outrageous.